The new Feybreak update introduced 14 new pals and 10 new variants. In this video, I'm going to cover the 14 new pals, and I'm going to give you an easy combo to breed each one from. In an effort to keep this from being too long, I'll be covering the variants in another video. Omascul is a very weird looking pal. Like many of the new pals, he's a dark type. Also, like many new pals, he's nocturnal. You can find him in groups wandering around the southern areas of Feybreak Island. His partner skill is Masquerade Dance, and while in your team, all the pals in your team will gain more XP. A basic Omascul will give 10% more XP, and that amount increases to 20% when fully condensed. If you're unsure how the condenser works, I have a great video explaining it. I'll link it in the description. If you don't already condense your pals, I highly recommend it. Omascul's only work suitability is level 2 Gathering. He's an interesting guy for sure. He's like a weeping angel when he moves, and he looks terrifying when he attacks. It reminds me of Momo, he's so creepy. Although there are 420 nice combinations to breed Omascul, one simple one is Digtoise and Sweepa. Prunelia is one of the more useful new pals added in this update. She's a grass dark type, and you can find her in any of the Redland areas of Feybreak Island. Her partner skill increases the crop production if she's out at your base. A no-star Prunelia will increase production by 18%, fully condensed to 4 stars, and you will get a 35% production increase. Again, I highly recommend condensing your pals to get the most out of them. Prunelia is a great farm-based pal. She's nocturnal with level 3 planting, level 1 transporting, level 2 gathering, level 1 handiwork, and she also does level 3 medicine, which is much more important with this update. With only 115 combinations, Prunelia has less options to breed from than Omascul. A simple one for her is Digtoise and Vanworm. I love Smokie, and although he isn't my favorite new pal, Smokie may be the most important new pal introduced in this update. He's yet another nocturnal dark pal, and you can find Smokie running in packs in the northern Feybreak Redlands. They're shy little pups. If you've made it to Feybreak, then you know how important Chromite is now. Smokie's partner skill, Dig Dog Dig, not only detects and reveals the Chromite for you, it also increases your yield when you harvest it if he's deployed. While you can use the metal detector to unearth the Chromite, you should always pull Smokie out to harvest it. If you want to know why I prefer the metal detector or the best locations to get Chromite, check out the video linked in the description. A base level Smokie will actually double the amount you gather, and a fully condensed pup will see a 200% increase in yield. He's so very worth using and definitely worth condensing. His only work suitability is level 2 Gathering, and he only has 40 combinations to breed him. But he has the absolute simplest of all our breeds today, Tansy and Gummoss. Nitemary is, you guessed it, a nocturnal dark pal. She's very pretty, and you'll find cliques of them floating around in the southern purple areas of Feybreak. If you're like me and like to enhance your pal's abilities with pal souls, you'll love Nitemary. Her partner skill is Soul Collector, and when you're fighting together, pals drop more pal souls. An uncondensed Nitemary will give a 100% increase to the pal soul drop rate, and a fully condensed one increases it to 200%. She's an okay base pal with work suitabilities of level 2 transporting and level 3 handiwork. There are 109 combinations to make Nitemary. The easiest one for me is Tombat and Vanworm. Azurmane is another incredibly important new pal. He is also nocturnal, but he's the first on the list that isn't a dark pal. He's electric, and not only that, he's a level 4 electric pal. Other than the boss, Azurmane only spawns at night, and you can find him pretty much anywhere on Feybreak that doesn't have sand. He's a mount, and his saddle unlocks at level 56. His partner skill is Plasma Dash, which allows dashing in the air and moving at a high speed. Condensing him will increase the distance of the dash, as well as shorten the cooldown time. In addition to his level 4 electricity, his other work suitability is level 1 Gathering. Azurmane has 152 combos to breed him from, my favorite of those being Nightwing and Ragnarok. It was a short break from the Dark Pals, and with Nyafia, we're back. Nyafia is a sexy pink kitty, and you'll find her strutting her stuff all over the northern Redlands of Feybreak. Her partner skill is the Shot Nyan mode, which when activated, Nyafia will fire a shotgun at nearby enemies. This is unlocked at level 53. Like all other pals, the partner skill increases when condensed. A base level Nyafia does 50 damage while a 4-star does 100. She's a well-rounded base pal with work suitabilities of level 2 transporting, level 2 gathering, level 3 handiwork, and level 2 lumbering. Although Nyafia looks like she should come from Lavender and Kativa, she does not. The best way of the 204 ways to get her is with a Melpaka and a Sweepa. Starryon might be the prettiest new mount we got with this update. I'm obsessed with how pretty this pal is. He's another nocturnal dark pal, and during the day you can only find the boss Starryon. He's located at -1241, -1528. At night you will find him on almost all parts of Feybreak Island. He is a mount whose saddle unlocks at level 57. His partner skill is Night Dancer. In the same way Dasmu runs faster over sand, Starryon moves faster at night. A basic Starryon will move 50% faster at night, a 4-star one will move 100% faster. He's not really good for base work with only level 2 gathering, but he is a fun mount. There are 116 combinations to make a Starryon, but a very easy one is Nightwing and Reptiro. Tarantriss is one of the most interesting mounts in the game now. Her saddle is unlocked at level 28. She's another nocturnal dark pal, but she's different than anyone else on this list. During the day you can only find her in the southern Feybreak Redlands, but at night she's the only new pal you can find off of Feybreak. When it's dark out, you can also find her in the desiccated desert, which coincidentally is also the only place other than Feybreak you can find Night Star Sand. Her partner skill, Tarantriss's web, makes her the most unique mount. While riding her, you can shoot a web that will act like a grappling gun. It's really a lot of fun to do, and in some parts of Feybreak, it's very useful. As with all the pals, her partner skill is improved with condensing. She's a well-rounded, though low-level base pal with level 2 handiwork, gathering, medicine, and transport. While there are 114 combinations to create her, the best I've found is Nightwing and Daydream. Gildane was the most prominently featured new pal in the trailer. He's a beautiful horse whose saddle is unlocked at level 54. He's unlike most of the other pals on this list as he's neither nocturnal nor a dark type. He's a ground type pal you will find in the northern sandy areas of Feybreak. His partner skill is Sandstorm's Blessing, which adds 5% earth damage to all attacks while mounted. A 4-star Gildane will add 20%. He's not really useful as a base pal. His only work suitability is level 2 gathering. There are 86 ways to make a Gildane, but the easiest is Nightwing and Incineram. Splatterina might be my favorite new pal in this update. She's taken over Nub's spot in my team for the moment, and we'll see if she stays. She is yet another nocturnal dark pal, and you can find her at night almost anywhere on Feybreak, just don't look on the beaches. During the day, you can only find the boss. The cave entrance looks like this and is located at -1203, -1386. Her partner skill is Blade of Uncontrolled Passion, and while she's on your team, you will get increased drop rates from pals you use the meat cleaver on. It does not help when using the Pal Disassembly line though. The increase starts at 11% and tops out at 15% when fully condensed. But the buff stacks if you have multiple Splatterinas on your team. All wild Splatterinas come with the passive skill Sadist, which is attack plus 15%, defense minus 15%. I find them to be solid fighters when I need them. In addition to that, she's an amazing base pal with 4 work suitabilities. She has level 2 transport, level 4 handiwork, level 1 lumbering, and she's level 3 medicine. I like having her on my team to help me craft around the base. With level 4 handiwork and level 3 medicine, I know she'll blow through any task I set her to. There are a total of 110 ways to breed Splatterina, but my go-to set is Melpaka and Servant. Silvegis is another new mount, but he's surprisingly not a dark type. He may look like a horse, but actually he's a dragon. His saddle unlocks at level 58, although he is very slow. Silvegis doesn't spawn anywhere in the world, you can only catch him as a boss. The entrance to his cave is located by the Shield Dragon Fast Travel at -962, -979. His partner skill is Aegis Shield, and it will increase the shield duration when mounted and using Aegis Charge. If you're looking for a good lumberer, Silvegis is your guy with level 3 lumbering as his only work suitability. Of the 92 pairings that can get you a Silvegis, the most shocking of them is Beacon and Grisbolt. This heavenly new mount is Celesdir, a neutral pal whose saddle unlocks at level 58. You can find Celesdir anywhere on Feybreak that isn't white or gray, so not on the sand. They are all over the island. The most interesting thing about this new pal is her partner skill, Blessing of Purification. While mounted, Celesdir increases the player's health recovery by 15%, and if you condense her fully to 4 stars, it will increase to 30%. This can be very useful when in battle. In addition to the health regen, Celesdir is the game's first level 4 lumberer. Her other work suitability is level 1 gathering. There are only 2 ways to breed a Celesdir, with one being 2 Celestirs. The other way is with Ichthydere Terra and Gildane. Bastigor comes in with Bjorn as the new Feybreak tower duo. This means you won't find him spawning anywhere else in the world. They are also our only Ice Pal tower boss duo. Bastigor is actually a mount and his saddle unlocks at level 59. His partner skill is Blizzard Crash, and while mounted he will deliver crushing blows with an ice hammer. This guy gives new meaning to the term beast, as he is a pal you want both fighting and working at the base. In addition to some killer attacks, he's level 3 lumbering and mining, and is our second level 4 cooling pal. Bastigor is not an easy one to breed, with only 2 options like Celesdir. One is obviously Bastigor with himself, but the only option for your first Bastigor is with Anubis and Frostallion. Xenolord is the newest summon boss and he looks very formidable. He is a dark dragon type, so you should take ice dragon pals with you. I'm building an army of Bastigors and Jetragons for our first attempt. He is a flying mount whose partner skill, Meteor Wings, greatly increases his movement speed while flying. The saddle for Xenolord isn't unlocked until level 60 though. His only work suitability is level 1 gathering, but he isn't meant to stay home, as he likes to fight. All Xenolords come with the passives Invader and Otherworldly Cells. Otherworldly Cells gives attack plus 10%, fire damage reduction of 15%, and lightning damage reduction of 15%. The passive Invader gives him 30% increase to dark attacks and 30% increase to all dragon attacks. Unfortunately, there's no way to breed a Xenolord until you beat him a couple times and get you a male and a female Xenolord. So, there we have the 14 new pals and how to breed them. I'll be covering the 10 new variants in the next video, so be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss it. I'd love to hear who your favorite new pal is, so come see me on Discord. And while you're there, you can learn about the private, dedicated PALWORLD servers we have now. There's a Steam and also an Xbox one. Be sure to subscribe for more tutorials, base builds, and all things PALWORLD. It's a great way to support my channel, and it's absolutely free. If you want to do more to help me keep making these videos for you, please check out my Patreon. That's where the real bosses are. I truly appreciate every one of you, even if all you did was just watch this. I hope to see you in the next one, and until then, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.